next guest was close to reaching 40. She made a bucket list of 40 goals she wanted to accomplish before the big day. Number 40 was writing a book. And guess what? She did. We have Susan Campbell Cross joining us to inspire us, because you're saying, if I made a list, anyone can, and you're inspiring so many people. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
This is an amazing read, and basically, as a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids, you know, you thought, I'm loving my life as a mom, but I've sort of put my dreams on hold. From there, what made you say, I'm really going to do this?
Well, I've always been a big fan of to-do lists, but I never put myself on any of them. So I decided to make a list of all the things that I thought I would have done with my life, but hadn't. And I came up with 40 things. The last, like you said, was write a book, and it's all about how I crossed off numbers 1 through 39.
All right, let's talk about some of those things.
Okay.
I know that you had some very adventurous things on your list.
I did. I took a surfing lesson. I flew on the trapeze. I went whitewater rafting and zip lining. I drove an ATV. I did all kinds of crazy things. And it really brought me outside of my comfort zone, and it built my confidence so that I could take on more things. I think it's really good to step outside of your comfort zone and see what you're made out of once in a while.
When you told your husband, honey, I'm going to do this, was he surprised, or was he like, oh, that's so you?
You know what? I think he was a little bit surprised, but he is very supportive, and he's so excited to see how my life has transformed with this process, and he's my biggest cheerleader. He really is.
You were saying that by doing this list, you became more like you.
Exactly. People look at what I've accomplished and what I'm doing now compared to what I was doing before I made that list, and they always want to say, oh, look how much you've changed. And I don't feel I've changed. I feel like my life has changed, but I'm more me. I am the most me I've ever been, and I'm so much more comfortable in my own skin than I used to be. 30-year-old me would be very jealous of 40-year-old me.
You rocked it, girl.
Yeah, I did.
So while you were going through the list, how do you feel like that empowered you and gave you more confidence?
I think that like allowing myself to see that I can do these things that I had previously been talking myself out of. That little voice in my head was always telling me, you can't do that. No one's going to like it if you do that. You know, and finding out, you know what, I actually can do that, and the world isn't going to stop turning if it doesn't work out exactly as I thought it would. And, you know, what I imagine that other people are going to have judgment, I mean, first of all, they're busy living their own lives, and second of all, their opinion of me is none of my business. I don't really care anymore. So, you know, for example, I went into a strip club. Yes, I did. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But I went into a strip club just because I really wanted to see what it was about. I had all kinds of judgment of the people who frequented them and the people who worked at them, and I wasn't comfortable being, you know, judgmental of something I had no personal experience of. So I put that on my list, and I went in, and it was really eye-opening, but, you know, it was one of those things that I'd never allowed myself to do before because I was worried what other people would think. I mean, I went skinny dipping. I did some, you know, I sunbathed topless, not to get too, you know, personal, but, you know, those kind of risque things. I think, again, it's really good to get outside of your comfort zone and just find out that you don't dry up, blow away. You're still here.
A couple of things that came from this, which was not your intention, but because of this, you got noticed by Shape Magazine. You're now their lifestyle editor.
Yeah.
Oh, and P.S., you're a commercial actress.
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, when you get out of your own way, it's like the universe rises up to meet you. I mean, once you start putting out there what it is that you want to do and taking the steps to make it happen, I mean, you have to do your part, you know, things really can start changing in your life, and you can become the person you were meant to be. And that is exactly what happened. I went from being a stay-at-home soccer mom, which was great, and like you said, you know, I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't really content. I felt like something was missing as I sat in the middle of the trappings of what everyone always says they want, and what was missing was me. I was missing. But, you know, I went from that to becoming, like you said, I'm a commercial actress, I'm lifestyle editor of Shape, OK, and Star magazines, and I'm also an advocate for autism. I'm very involved with an organization called ACT Today, Autism Care and Treatment Today, and it's near and dear to my heart. I have many friends who have children with autism, and that's, again, something that was on my list, get involved with a cause I believe in, and that's how that came to be.
Susan, thank you so much for joining us, inspiring us, motivating us, and you're going to be at Warwick's tonight, a fabulous bookstore in La Jolla, and I know you're going to be a lot of people out there who are going to want to shake your hand and say, I'll have what she's having.
Well, they can have it. If I can, anyone can. I'll be there with a Sharpie, and I'm ready to sign and chat away.
Thank you so much. All right, Susan Campbell Cross made a list and got it all done, and you can too. Good to have you on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.